Hello, everybody. I know that you are thinking that I, Dakshinamurti, died or something. That, I'm afraid, is not true. I, Dak, am quite alive and well, despite all the drama that's been surrounding me for the last few couple of weeks. Don't you hate it when you are trying to deliver a quality speech and you keep being interrupted by vacuum cleaner noise? That sucks, right? Oh, I knew you knew what I was talking about. I've been very active in the last few days. Maybe I haven't been releasing videos, but I've been thinking a lot about stuff. I've been immersed in philosophy and deep shit. I've been reading essentially about utilitarianism. This is not a popular topic amongst most libertarians, but I figured it is a movement worth noticing, worth understanding, and if you wish to debunk it, that's okay, but if you have no reason or no way to debunk it, you have to accept it as true. But anyway, utilitarianism is not a single philosophy. You have different brands or flavors, or whatever you want to call it, of utilitarianism. Broadly speaking, you have act utilitarianism and you have rule utilitarianism. And even in the utility concept itself, well, you've got different understandings of utility. You have utility as happiness, you have utility as pleasure, you have utility as well-being, you have utility as preference satisfaction, and you have utility as desire fulfillment. So there's a lot of things that you need to understand before criticizing utilitarianism. I'm still trying to figure out to which extent some variations of utilitarianism are compatible with libertarian thought. So I haven't figured out yet. I haven't made up my mind. What I've been doing, as I always do, and you guys should definitely do the same, is whenever you have doubts over what some philosopher thinks, why the hell don't you just write to that philosopher? I've spoken to people like David Friedman, like Francois Tremblay. You know, whenever I have doubts, I write to the people. I don't try to guess, I don't try to even interpret. In that regard, I'm really like a reporter, like a journalist, like an investigative reporter, trying to figure out what the truth is. That's what I do. I go straight to the source. So I don't like to be saying, well, what Rand would say, what Rand would not say, what Peter Singer would say. And no, if I want to know what Peter Singer would say, I write to Peter Singer, and that's it. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been corresponding with some philosophers, and in due time I intend to share my cup of tea. And so whenever I have come to conclusions, I intend to share it with all of you guys. So in the meantime, I may release some videos on, well, several topics that I notice are relevant, but most of all, I intend to keep reading about stuff and corresponding with people that are responsible for theory X and Y. You really shouldn't assume that with 20 or 30 years you got it all figured out. In the sense, I am totally in sync with Caleb Reese. By the way, I think he deserves a lot more views, so I'm going to list his channel in the description box, Caleb Reese. Subscribe to that. And I'm gonna keep reading. That's what I do. I read. Deep shit. Bye. Oh, and as food for thought, I invite you to think about why is it that so many people, most of which don't have the sufficient intellectual baggage to even think for themselves, think they are so certain of what they think is true and stuff like that, based on the work of this and that person, this or that deep thinker, philosopher. And so many times I have talked to these people that have written these books that give people so much certainty, and when they themselves, these people that have discovered or invented those theories, talk to me, they are so humble, and they are so many times they pass out this total lack of certainty. For instance, I was amazed at how cautious and humble even David Friedman was when he replied to me like over a year ago with some topic that I've posted some questions in an email I sent him about property rights and stuff like that. And he was so cautious, telling me he was arguing for a framework for the creation of legal laws, and that he didn't simply know how the hell would things exactly work out. Why is it? Why is it that the people who are driving our intellectual progress are so Socratic, in the sense that it's like they know they don't know that much, and people, namely people here on YouTube, are so certain that they have figured it all out. Think about it. I'm on the ocean.